Hey, my friends. Happy Tuesday. Happy new catalog day. We are live for the catalog. It's been a super fun day. I have actually been cleaning up my desk, doing some shipping because I have a bunch of stuff that needs to get out in the mail. We're kind of winging it, although I know what I'm doing today. I'm actually copying a set of cards that were demonstrated in November at our on stage event for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. So I wanted to show you how to kind of step up a card. So we're going to go through that with one of the new stamp sets. So I can actually turn this around and show you some of the products today, or the catalog today, because it's live. It's up on the website. We've already had some orders this morning. Thank you to those of you that have placed your orders. We've had some new team members already, so welcome to those of you that joined the Shore Stamper family. I'm super excited. This catalog is truly amazing. All right, so let me just switch this around and get me set up so that I can see comments on my computer, and then we can get started. Hi, ladies. All right, let's switch this around. Pop this in here like so. Make sure we're straight. And then I'm going to just pull this up quickly on my computer. Let me shut the volume off so you guys don't hear double. Whoops. Here we go. I should have done this before. Sorry. I don't even have Facebook up. Usually I do. I've been kind of checked out. I've been doing other stuff this morning. Okay. So let's see. There I am. There's my face. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull that up. Okay. Whoops. What happened? Boy. Here we go. Okay, perfect. You can see everything now. Thanks for sharing, guys. Thank you so much. All right. So hopefully those of you that ordered the catalog have received it. I'm hoping. I was a little bit later than I wanted to be in putting that in the mail, but I know several of you have got yours already, so that's exciting. I'm going to move this over a little bit. It looks like it's kind of out of center. So let's fix that. Okay. All right. So many cool things. So this baby's live, so I can actually show you stuff in here now. So you can see it is a huge catalog, lots of goodies. I'm super excited. So many good things. And so many things that I still haven't even showed you yet. So I'm going to show you, enjoy the moment. Let me show you where that is. It's one of the stamp sets we got for free at convention. If I can find it, I should have flagged it. There it is. And I love what they demonstrated at our conference, and I love the samples here too. They're all really, really pretty. So I thought I would show you a little stepped up version for that today. All right, so stamp set here. I'm going to use Misty Moonlight as my base. So I've kind of pre-stamped this to start, not stamp, pre-cut everything just so it's ready to go because I'm going to do 3 cards for you today. So that'll be fun. Yay, happy new catalog day, ladies. I know, I'm so excited. I feel like it's even more exciting than New Year. Hello, I know it's damp and chilly here too, Susan. It's not so great out. I was gonna go for a walk, but it's really cold actually. I actually just made myself a hot chocolate, so that's what I was just doing. Sorry. Getting distracted. I'm gonna put the cover on so it stays warm. I was just so cold. All right, so we're gonna do 3 different versions. Oops, I got stuff on my card. Oh, bother. We're gonna do 3 different versions of our card. I'm going to use the same kind of elements, but we're just going to step it up a little bit just to kind of show you how you can go from a basic card and then adding in a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a little more, oh my gosh. See, it's 2 o'clock. I should be awake, but apparently I'm not. A little more interest. That's the word I'm looking for. I actually woke up this morning and I had a I still do actually have a really bad neck ache, and certain movements really make it very sore. So I'm trying not to move around too much. I think I need this one for that. And then I need another block for this one. So I don't know why. Yesterday it was a little sore, but once I got up and moving, it was fine. But today, this one is just really brutal. Okay, snowing in Plymouth. You're not that far from me. I hope are we supposed to get snow today? Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the weather. Okay, so our first card, I'm going to take, I have a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of cardstock that I folded in half to make my Misty Moonlight card base. And then this is 3.25 by 3.25. And I'm going to do a little bit of tone on tone stamping. So I'm going to take my Misty Moonlight ink and I'm going to put it on my Misty Moonlight cardstock. I'm going to grab this little guy. I don't know. They look like little coffee beans, but I think they're like little seeds from the flowers. So we're going to stamp some seeds in the background here, just to add a little bit of interest to the card. And I like to just kind of do random here. And I'm probably only going to do along the side and the bottom here because I don't think much else will show once we put it all together. Like that. Okay, so there's that piece. And then I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp that with the soft suede. So we will open this. Hang on a second. Yes?
You want to call?
I'm in a live video. Okay. So, all the kids are home, as you can tell. And apparently they think I talk to myself a lot. Because they don't get when I'm still talking that it means I'm busy. I think I made this a little short, but we're going to stamp this kind of off to the side. Like that. Okay. I think I actually probably should have done a lighter color. So when I do it again, I'll probably do it a little bit lighter. Let me just see. Maybe I want to do it lighter now. Flip this over. I think it's going to show through. So let's do that. Yeah, I want it a little bit lighter. But I already stamped it in the dark, so we're going to let the dark go for this time. We'll switch it in the next one. All right, so for this one, all I'm going to do is it's just stamps, ink, and paper, basically. I'm going to add some dimensionals to this. Let's see if I can find any that are... Nope. Well, I'll use these. Oh, here's some too. I'm using up all my leftovers. Oh, I thought I already cut all of these. Okay. I'm the dog whisperer, apparently, Marty. Speaking of dogs, it's not official yet. It's hopeful, but we might be getting one at the end of the month. So we're being considered. So I'm super excited. She is down south right now. So we'll see if the application pans out. We had a little interview with the adoption coordinator over the weekend. So we might have less cat interruptions and more dog interruptions in my videos soon. So we'll see. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp this. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much. Not stamp. I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to put this in the middle. Like this, okay. See where I'm going here. I still don't have any refills. They should be here today, but they're not here yet. You did just adopt one? Marilyn, that's awesome. What kind did you get? Ours is the one that we're looking at right now, or we're being considered for, is a lab terrier mix. So she shouldn't be too big, so I'll be able to handle her on my walks. But she looks very, very cute. We'll see. Again, I don't want to get too excited yet, but we're hopeful. All right, so there's that. And then we just need a sentiment. So I'm going to take Pool Party and we are going to stamp Enjoy the Moment. And I'm going to stamp that on a 1.5 inch circle of Whisper White. So in case you missed it this morning, the Whisper White cardstock, well, our Whisper White is discontinued, but we now have basic white back in stock. So we weren't without white paper for very long. So I did not run out. And you are able to order some now. Oh, I was going to tie this around instead of doing the little swooshy thing, but we'll do the swooshy thing because I'm not paying attention. I'm just too excited. Too many exciting things right now. I'm all over the board today with focus, so I apologize for that. We're going to just kind of stick this under here like that and then pop this on top. So because I only have liquid glue, I'm just gonna have to use the dimensionals to hold that in place. So let me get that ready to go, and I'll peel off the backing. I could use liquid glue too, but it's just gonna be easier to do it this way. And I want it to kind of be a little fold like that. And then you want to make sure you have the words in the right direction, right? And then that's going to go down like that. And then see how that holds that in place, so it's nice and easy. So there's your quick and easy simple card. It's killing me, but I'm not even going to put any bling on it or anything. I'm just going to leave it just like that. This ribbon, Marty, is Pool Party. It's the sheer Pool Party ribbon from the annual catalog. So we still have that one too. So there's version 1. Let's do a stepped up version now. So we're going to do another one. We're going to add in some designer series paper to boot for this one. So this time I'm going to stamp the background of the card instead of the little layer. Okay. And then I'm going to just go ahead and do an all over kind of pattern for this. Like so. Oh, my mailman just came. I really want to take a nap today, and it's just not feasible. It's just one of those gray, dreary days that I want to... Actually, I don't even really necessarily want to take a nap. I just want to sit in my bed with my little hot chocolate and read a book. Maybe I'll do it for a little while. Nate will be out tonight anyway. He has a meeting tonight somewhere for something. And so I will be on my own for a little bit. So maybe I'll work later and I'll read. I don't know why it is. I feel like such a little rebel when I read during the middle of the day or take a nap in the middle of the day. I love doing that, even though I could do it just as well tonight. But it feels rebellious to do it in the middle of the day. So I'm going to pop up the pattern paper. This pattern paper is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Just like the other one. The other one was a blue piece. No bling on that one. We'll do bling on the rest of them. Don't worry. That's just kind of my simple basic card. This is a stepped up version, the one we're doing now. So I'm going to attach this like so. Okay. And now this time I'm going to actually stamp right on the pattern paper. Look at me, right? So I'm going to stamp off this time because remember that was really, really dark. So I think I want it a little bit lighter. I think. Although I kind of like it bold. I don't know. Stamped off or no? What do you guys think? Should I do it full strength or should I stamp it off and do it a little bit lighter? What do you think? All right. You know what? I just answered my own question. Sorry. I'm not even going to let you guys answer. I'm going to do stamped off because I think that will look pretty. All right. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to stamp it off. And so for this one, not only am I using pattern paper, but I'm also using the stitched rectangle dies. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this. This is going to go here as well. Okay, so you can see it's just a little bit stepped up. We're using some pattern paper. We're stamping on pattern paper. We're using some dies. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the middle. And we'll do a similar thing with the sentiment. I'm only putting the adhesive in the middle so that it will, in case it hangs off, I didn't want glue hanging off. Okay, like that, right? I'm going to slide it over again. That's the beauty of having a liquid adhesive is it doesn't secure right away, so you have some wiggle room a little bit. All right, so for this one, I'm going to do the sentiment again, but I'm going to do it in the Misty Moonlight. I'm going to do it in the darker blue. Let me just make sure this is cleaned off. My chamois is very well loved. This guy, I love having a chamois, and I just bought one of the stamping cases, so that empty stamp set cases, so that I could put that in there and keeps it moist for me. All right, so now we're going to stamp this in the middle like that. And then this is going to go on here. And we'll do that. All right. Blue and yellow is one of my favorite color combos, actually. I'm going to put this here again. I think I'm going to trim this down a little bit. I don't need it quite so big. like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna secure that with my sentiment. Okay. I don't have my new Wink of Stellas yet either, but I'm gonna add some Wink of Stella to this one. Okay. So version number 2, we added dies, we added pattern paper. Whoops, don't put the greeting on upside down. And we added Wink of Stella. Okay, let me grab that. We're gonna probably pretend because I'm literally like, oh, it's actually still working a little bit. I have 2 of these in the order that's arriving today, which will, you know, last me a week, maybe. Just kidding. Will last me a little longer than a week. There, so we added some bling, and there we have version 2. So you can see the difference. Simple, a little less simple. Now we're gonna do our 3rd version, which is even more stepped up. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna do, so this time I added a little stitched rectangle for the background, and I'm gonna stamp my, we did add ribbon for both, Harriet. Maybe you didn't see, but I just did a little fold of ribbon for both of them. So there was some ribbon. This one I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stamp this background piece first. So I did a stitched rectangle in Misty Moonlight, which I will line up on the base. I'm gonna turn this around so they're not always going in the same direction. Just kind of alter that a little bit. Whoops, I missed. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, that looks good. I like to stamp off the edges too, if you didn't notice, because that makes it look a little bit more realistic. So this one I'm going to actually tape flat down to my card. So since I'm using the regular adhesive, this liquid adhesive, I'm going to do it now so that it will dry. And that was probably way more glue than I needed, but I got carried away. I saw Susan Leach say that she got her order, her Stampin' Up! Order. Woo woo! So exciting! I know, I have lots and lots of thank yous to do, you guys. You guys have been amazing. I so appreciate it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take probably a whole day to get through all the thank you notes that I need to write. All right, so that can kind of sit while it dries. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this one. So again, I'm using another stitched rectangle from the pattern paper, and I'm gonna stamp this one this time in Crumb Cake because I want it to be a little lighter, and I'll show you why, because I'm gonna actually color it in. So I'm gonna use some Stampin' Blends. Generally, you want to use Memento Black when you're using your Stampin' Blends, but if you give it a second or 2 to dry, you'll be fine. So I'm gonna clean this off because I was using a darker ink first. I love doing a stamped background, Sally. It's one of my favorite techniques actually, because it just adds a little visual interest without needing more stuff. You know what I mean? You can use just the stamp set you have, and it works great. All right, most of the stamp sets we have some sort of little backgroundy kind of image you can use. So I'm gonna first test this because I want it to be light enough that I think I'm gonna do a stamped off version on this too, because like I said, I'm gonna color it. So I'm gonna stamp it here, and then I'll stamp it here like that. So you can see it's kind of light, right? But we're gonna let it dry for a second so it won't run. I'm gonna need that one again. I don't need this, so I'm gonna close up some of my ink pads that I have going here. So I have the Soft Suede, which was the ink I was using before, the darker ink. So I have Soft Suede blends, Daffodil Delight blends, and I have Pool Party blends. And actually, I think I'm gonna do mostly the yellow. I'm gonna do this more in a yellow color. So let's do an all over. And you want to be careful when we're using not the Memento Black that you don't do like a scribble all over it, because it can blend it a little bit. So I'm kind of doing streaks, and I'm doing the lightest first, like this. And we'll color this. I'm using Daffodil Delight. Kind of matches. This is Bumblebee, but we don't have a Bumblebee marker for blends, so I'm using this one. Now I'm going to go with the darker one, and I'm going to add some more color. I'm going to make these little bushy things at the top more colorful, so I'll make those darker. And then I'm going to add some color in to the edges. And to this, because anywhere that would be a little bit darker. So I'm going to add some here. Okay, and then I go back with my light, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that in a little bit. So you can soften those edges. And what's really cool about this is you can go in, as long as you give it a little bit to dry, you can kind of go in and add other colors. So this looks still a little harsh. I'm going to swirl those edges a little bit to color that. I'm going to add a little bit of brown down here, like the edges. So that you can see the definition. Okay. I might do a little bit of that too. I am not the best at coloring, but I do like to do it. It's just not my best skill, but I like to play. So let's go ahead and add in some more yellow here. I'm gonna do a little more on the top here. I really love it because you can't really go wrong. Like, you can't really mess it up. You can just keep fiddling with it until you get it the way you want it to look. Okay, I'm gonna call that good for right now, just because I could play with it all day. But what I want to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to hopefully run it through my embossing machine. This one, I'm going to use the Fine Art, the Paint Texture embossing folder. My problem is I somehow or other lost the embossing plate for this machine. So I'm using an older one, and I'm hoping this will work, because I'm not sure if this is going to be too fat or not. So I'm going to actually emboss this layer like that. So we'll stick that on here, and we'll cross our fingers. This might not be, I don't think this is thick enough. Let me see if I can, I only need that middle part. I'm going to use my little mini one. I don't know where mine went. Nope, that's not going to work either. Was I supposed to put, let me try putting a clear mat under here. So I'm kind of weighing this. If I had my actual, that one's all warm. I have no idea how I lost this platform. I'm going to have to order another one because I haven't been able to find it in a couple of days. So that didn't work. So let's put that over there so I don't lose that one. Let's do this and see if this works. This is going to be too much, I think. Yep, that's going to be too much. So let's try doing this. I'm just fiddling with my sandwiches here. Will this one work? Nope, that's too tight. Boy, let's try this. I might not be able to do this. I might have to leave it plain because I need to find that other missing piece. Come on. Oh, there we go. That works. Alright, it's probably not the sandwich I'm supposed to be using, so don't do this at home. But I don't know how I lost it. Alright, so let's take all of this out of the way. And we'll take this. And now you can see we got kind of a painted texture to that, which is kind of fun. So I feel like I want to kind of distress it a little bit too. So we're going to use one of the new blending brushes. These are in the new catalog too. I'm going to use some crumb cake like this. Just going to get a little of that color. And I'm just going to kind of ink up the edges a little bit. So you can see this is definitely a stepped up version of this card. Okay. Just adding a little bit of distressed. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna add pattern paper again. This is really crooked. I noticed it earlier and I tried to fix it, but I couldn't. So I'll just go with it. It's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on regular. So a little bit of adhesive. And we'll put that on. I'm gonna try and straighten it out a little bit. Hopefully you won't notice that that bottom layer is so wonky. I'm going to use some of these for my stamped element. Oh, but before I actually attach this time I want to actually wrap the ribbon around this piece. So I'm going to actually do this way. So I want to be able to tie a little bow, so I'm going to give myself a little bit extra. And yes, you can clean those brushes, Sally. You can clean them like with a little bit of warm water. Usually will work because they're water based, or you can even use probably a tiny bit of dish soap or something like that too if it's not coming clean. I don't know, I haven't washed mine yet, so I don't know if they're like the sponges and sometimes will stain the color of whatever, like especially the dark colors, but will still come clean like when you use them. If you know what I mean, like the brush will still look like it's dirty but it's actually not, kind of thing. Or if these will clean dry, completely clean. I haven't actually had to clean any of mine yet, so I'm not really sure, but yes, you can clean them, so you don't have to buy new ones every time. And it comes 3 in a pack, so you get 3. So like I'll probably keep this one, that crumb cake color, because it's a color I use all the time, but then maybe wash the other 2. So if like you have one color that you use a lot, you can designate that brush to be that color, and then you could, you know, kind of clean out the other ones as you need new colors. So I tend to use mostly browns a lot for the distressing, so I would probably just leave one for that. All right, so now I can attach this here. Oh, and I was dumb. I put these way up at the top and they're gonna be hanging off the edge. So I'm gonna move these just a little bit. Oi, I'm totally not with it today. Okay, there we go. I have been so like conked out lately, like tired. Like I go to bed at 10 o'clock at the latest, and then I'm sleeping until 8:30, and I'm like, what is the matter with me? I'm glad I can sleep, but it's not very productive. All right, so now I'm going to put this here. Okay, so we still need to do our sentiment. So I'm going to use the 1.5 inch circle again. I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight and the Enjoy the Moment again. Like that. Fits nicely in that little circle. I am going to pop that one up too, just because I can. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll use these because I have just a couple more of these left. I love cleaning off a sheet of dimensionals. It makes me so happy. So we'll do this. Okay. And then we'll put that here. Now, that's going to go like that. Okay, and then we'll use some more of this. So we'll put the Wink of Stella on the flowers again. And then this time we're going to add some actual bling too. So this is a truly stepped up card. So this is when you really want to play and go all out. Or if you really have somebody super special that needs a card, you would do kind of all these fun things. We did embossing, we did glitz, we did bows, we did bling. Let's figure out what bling I want to use. So I could use the opal rounds because they match everything, but they're a little bigger than I want. So I think I'm going to do the champagne rhinestones. So I'm just going to take these. I love the size of these. So let's put one there, one up here, and one over here. Actually, I don't like where this one is. Let's move that over a little bit. Let's just do that. And we'll put that one down here. There. Okay. That's that. I feel like this one's too far away now. There. Okay. There we go. So you have the 3 different versions. We have the basic, right, which is clean, simple, really fast to reproduce. And then we have one that's just a little bit stepped up, still pretty easy to put together. And then the third one, which is all the bells and whistles and still has sort of that fun vibe. There you go. The enjoy the moment sentiment is really good. This one's actually a really good sentiment set. So I love when I can find a stamp set that has images and sentiments, and this one actually is going to be really good for scrapbooking too, because I can use these like little panels as like an element or an embellishment on a card, and look at the sentiments. Good things are worth waiting for. So that might be really good for like a graduation page. It could be really good for, you know, if it's a first date, or I'm trying to think, good things are worth waiting for. What else would you wait for? There'd be all sorts of fun things you could do that for. And then enjoy the moment would work for a lot of scrapbooking pages. And then friendship is found in simple things. That would work too. So I feel like this one would be really great for cards and scrapbooks pages. So that's gonna be my my go-to. I feel like my screen is really, really crooked all of a sudden. All right, so that's that for you guys. I do have some opal rounds to give away today. I don't have the order in yet, so I don't actually have them in my hand. So I will do a drawing though right now for those opal rounds. So we have a couple more days. I will be back again tomorrow at 2 p.m. and again on Thursday. So the winner for today is Kathy Myers. So if you're watching, Kathy, I have a set of opal rounds for you. You want to make sure you just send me your mailing address so I can get this out to you as soon as possible. And if I don't hear from you within 48 hours, we'll draw another winner. So Kathy, make sure you reach out to me. Just send me a direct message with your mailing address and I'll get those opal rounds out to you. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. Good things would be great for expectant parents. That's true. That would be a really cute sentiment to put on a baby page. That would be awesome. Good. I knew there was something else that I wasn't thinking of, right? So let's do a quick recap again. Actually, you know what? I don't even know I can. I don't know if I can do a recap of our stuff. I've been using some of the cards we've been making, so I don't have them all handy anymore because I've been putting them in the packages, so I can't do that. So I lied. We'll do a recap of these here. We'll show these again. So there's the cards for today. I will be back again at 2 o'clock tomorrow. If you have any questions or if you need any help placing your order today or any day, you can always feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.